Hinton friends. It is a joy to celebrate the 60th year of Hinton Ministry. 60 years of teaching and connecting and growing and offering hospitality. When I think of Hinton Center, there are a number of scriptures that come to mind, but the one that sticks out in the forefront today is one from the 12th chapter of Hebrews. Since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, we must get rid of everything that slows us down and distracts us. We must run the race that lies ahead of us and never give up. I think of the people associated with Hinton Center over the years. So many examples of faith and how their gifts and their faithfulness in the use of those gifts were like roots that firmly established themselves in that fertile Clay County soil and have branched out all across the Southeast through programs that revive and refresh and renew individuals and churches. A small dream for a handful of people multiplied into fruits of ministry too numerous to count. My great-grandparents settled in Clay County many moons ago, and I was fortunate to be the fourth generation of my family to be raised in Hayesville. J. Walter and Velma Moore, who donated the 4.5 acres of land where the original lodge was built, were neighbors of my great-grandparents on Ritter Road, a truly special couple whom I visited in their home and saw at church on a regular basis. But I had no inkling of the legacy they had begun with several other visionaries. Hinton was a vital part of growing up United Methodist in Clay County. In the 80s, it meant attending spaghetti dinner fundraisers in the lodge dining room, just off the green room that overlooked the lake. I thought it was a pretty well-kept secret until I went off to college in Chapel Hill and realized that the Methodists there also knew about Hinton. In fact, my Wesley Foundation group from UNC hosted a May mission trip following my sophomore year at none other than Hinton Center. The team I was on cleared land for the Cherokee and Clay County home raisers, where a new home would be built in Hangandog, while my friends completed a plumbing project in Peachtree, and others built a handicap access ramp in town. There was nothing better that I had given myself to, joining with my good friends to serve the people of my own hometown. That initial feeling drew me back as a summer staffer for 2 summers where I got to lead other young people in hard physical labor, serving others, as well as important reflection about the work of their hands and their hearts. My favorite part of the week was always Thursday evening when each team was able to invite their new friends whose homes they had been working on to dinner. There was always plenty of laughter, lots of fun, good healthy garden food, introductions, and often tears of gratitude from homeowners and volunteers alike. An impact was being made in my community and in the lives of the youngest generation of servant leaders. In 2000, desiring a small, intimate wedding, my husband Andres and I were married in Dysart Chapel on a breezy December afternoon, furthering Hinton's role as a primary place in which I had come to know God and now stood making a vow to God and my new partner. In 2008, a few years after seminary and ordination, I joined the Hinton Center staff leading the summer mission program that had taught me about service, love, and a God who is bigger than I could have imagined. I also learned the ropes of First Parish Project from longtime director Clay Smith, who would retire the following year. Participants from mainline denominations all across the U.S. who were under 35 and serving in their first churches were eligible to participate in cohort groups for fellowship, continuing education, and support. And my colleagues and I traveled to their churches all across the U.S. to provide consultations on a number of topics like strategic planning, gifts assessment, and stewardship. I knew life had come full circle for me when I stood on the fairly newly constructed labyrinth one summer to marry one of our beloved summer staffers to his Hayesville bride. I have seen faith alive at Hinton, demonstrated by some who are now a part of the great cloud of witnesses, and by many who are still running the race of faith with perseverance. I have seen Jesus' love take root on the Hinton Hill and spread throughout the surrounding counties to strangers and friends. I celebrate all people, young, old, and in between, who have poured into Hinton so that others may be filled, and those who have been filled and sent out to serve and love in the same way that they saw demonstrated. May God continue to bless the roots and fruits of Hinton Rural Life Center for the next 60 years and beyond.